I recently reviewed the Asus Zephyrus G14, and in said review, I covered how well it can game. There are a few details I had to gloss over to keep the length of that video down, but here's my chance to get into the nitty-gritty of how well it games. Let's begin.
Slap Tech.
Starting soft with a 2D game, Dead Cells runs in the hundreds of frames per second with VSync off. Naturally, one wouldn't run this game with VSync off because why let the CPU run as hot as it can when it doesn't have to? There's also quite a bit of coil whine when the GPU is flexing its muscle to run games as fast as possible. With VSync enabled, temps are significantly lower, and coil whine is nowhere to be heard. Rest assured, this 120Hz display is a legit 120Hz display and never behaves like an overclocked 60Hz screen like the Dell G15 that I previously reviewed. Before moving on to 3D games, it should be clarified that what you're about to see is in standard GPU mode. There's also Ultimate above that, but standard mode promises temperatures closer to optimal and performance that still whips the llama's ass. Moving on. My personal 3D benchmark game is Snake Pass. If a laptop can run Snake Pass in native res at 60 FPS, it's good enough for anything else in my book. And here we are in native res at 60 FPS and it plays smooth as butter. Since that's established, we can move on to Deep Rock Galactic in DirectX 12 mode. The lobby is one of the most intensive parts of the game, and in native res, ultra details with VSync off, everything is running smoothly enough. Temps are a little bit high, but that's okay. This game is going to be just fine at these settings. Regarding the heat, apparently there's no easy way to reduce it in the game itself. Here's DirectX 11 mode in medium 1200p resolution with VSync on, and it's still cooking the CPU. Hey, Deep Rock, get over yourself. Next up is Quake 2 RTX because why not? Oh, it uses ray tracing. That's why not. Here in native res and low ray tracing quality, we're getting a little bit above 30 FPS, which isn't exactly optimal for a Twitch shooter. Yeah, let's not do that again. Let's move on to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. In native res, ultra details with VSync off, it almost runs at 60 FPS, but not quite. It's still enjoyable at this level of detail though, and the extra sharp picture is quite tantalizing. But videophiles like me will want to run it at 1200p instead. It still has enough detail here, and the extra smooth scrolling is where it's at. And for the curious at heart, here's max details at 1200p with ray tracing set to high. You can set it to medium if you want the shadows to look exactly the same as ultra non-ray traced shadow quality, or you can actually make it look better and sync your performance, even introducing a little bit of input lag. This is not recommended. In the mythical realm of Valheim, the performance can't quite make it to 60 at native res in max details. Fortunately, it's not a particularly demanding game reflex-wise, but there's nothing wrong with wanting it to run a little smoother. Once again, we see 1200p saves the day, almost. Still can't quite achieve a perfectly smooth 60, but it's damn close enough. Once the homestead starts to get a little fleshed out though, expect the slowdown to creep back in. I'd wear it like a badge of honor though. Look what I did! I wrecked my frame rate by being amazing at Valheim. Go me! Nothing wrong with showcasing a little Witcher 3 classic. Running through the Nordschleife in native res at max details minus the dumb hair stuff yields nothing but excellent results. So why not aim for 120? If the Riz is lowered to 1200p, it might not be attainable, but it's still markedly smoother than 60 FPS, and I'd say it's worth it. If I were going to play Witcher 3 on here, this is the way I'd do it. Let's put a racing game on here, please! Here's a real one, Forza Motorsport 7, an oldie but goodie, and it won't make you feel like you need to start lopping off body parts to fit in. It's super smooth at max details and the superimposed 4K resolution. I can dig it. I can dig it lots. Now let's hope this rig can play the new Forza Motorsport game coming out this October. Yes, I know Diablo 4 is out already, but I don't care. I just want to be able to play Diablo 3 in 120 FPS, damn it! And it looks like I can until things start to get really intense. Here at native resolution, everything likes to stutter a bit when the magic missiles start flying. The slowdown is actually noticeable, but it won't go down so far as to mess up any clicks. Alright, that's enough of the boring stuff. Let's get to emulation. Now, of course, this is powerful enough to emulate anything. There's nothing that some other more powerful gaming machine can do that the G14 can't. Case in point, here's Dolphin doing Dolphin things, and here's Citra doing Citra things. Sure, they have issues with buffering here and there, but it's no more pronounced than on most average gaming desktops. Thanks to the high-quality 120Hz screen, playing retro 2D games is a blast. Ghosting is definitely reduced and handily defeats any 60Hz laptop IPS screen on the market. Notice that I didn't mention OLEDs. One valuable reason to opt for emulators instead of PC games is that they use less CPU power and thus have greater mobile gaming potential. Unfortunately, the AMD Ryzen 9 and the Asus G14 can't seem to calm its tits and readily soaks up 40+ watts when using Dolphin, and the dedicated GPU itself is always nibbling away on 5 watts in eco mode, even though it's not doing anything at all. The effect of this is that the Asus G14 can't stay awake for longer than 2 hours when emulating anything off the plug, and I still can't find the right settings to tweak to extend that timer. Womp womp. In conclusion, the Asus Zephyrus G14 is a fantastic laptop to game on. You gotta give it credit where credit is due. It can deliver umpteen FPS in any PC game and delivers excellent performance in any emulator. Even when you unplug it, the battery life is really good when you're not gaming. It's just that when you're gaming away from the wall, that's when the battery life finds a good place for a hole, digs the hole, then crawls into said hole and dies a quick death. It's a gaming laptop, go figure. This has been Gaming with the Asus Zephyrus G14 here on Slap Tech. If you liked the video, consider giving a small donation of your time by clicking the like button below. If you really liked the video, consider giving another small donation of your time by clicking the subscribe button. And if you loved the video, consider giving yet another donation of your time by leaving a comment in the comments section below. That is all I ask. No time refunds, though. I ain't giving back any seconds you regret donating. I'ma hoard all them seconds. They're mine now. It just says, I don't know how to say that. How do I say? Whatever. Thanks for watching, and you guys, have a good night. Okay, I'm back in the booth. I was told that we need to put 30 more seconds into this video so that we can get over 8 minutes, because if we get over 8 minutes, we can put a mid-roll ad in the video and make more money. That's what I'm told to be doing right now. So, just as for time filler, for the next laptop that I'm reviewing, I said that I do have a ThinkPad, 11-inch ThinkPad to review next, and I do have it. But I also got a 14-inch ThinkPad workstation with the AMD 6850U processor with the integrated AMD Radeon 680M GPU. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So, okay, we're over 8 minutes now. Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks again for watching, and you guys, have a good night.